What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sideline Thoughts. I'm Gio Galvez, and like you see from the title of this episode, it is the Copa America quarterfinal review. And like always, I would give my semifinal predictions for the next round. Get episode to that. So we had a very interesting couple games for the Copa Americas in this quarterfinals. I don't think any of them were too bad, except for one, and we'll get to that when we get to those games. You guys know how this goes. We've been doing it for quite a few episodes already. Let's get right into it. Let's waste no more time. All right, to start off, Argentina, Ecuador. Again, Argentina won 42 in penalties. Yes, Messi missed the first penalty, but that's all right. You know, his team got him covered. His keeper, Dibu, um, got him covered, saving two penalties. Ecuador unable to score much, especially after those two penalties, only making two needed because Otamendi scores the winning goal to send Argentina to to the Copa America semifinals. But the game itself was all right. In my previous video with David Reyes, who joined me, I thought the game was going to be arguably the best or one of the top games of the Copa America, and it didn't really live up to that until towards the later end of the games itself. But rather in the first half, it wasn't as much. There was opportunities. Lazaro Martinez, sorry, I just froze on the name right now, but yeah, Lazaro Martinez scores the first goal of the game, giving Argentina the lead. Kind of ended up to him right there. That goal went in the cross and went back, and at least he was able to finish it and header it straight into the open goal, which I think you'd be surprised a lot of people do miss. But with Ecuador continue to attack, and finally the cross goes in, and one gets put in, and the header was done on the not the top of the box, but somewhere around the penalty area. Header straight across, too far for Thibaut to reach, and it goes towards the end. But there was check of VAR, like we all saw, if another Ecuadorian player was offsides because he was part of the play. He did not touch the ball, but he did in a movement to be part of a play. And depending on how you'd see the offside rules and what the offside rules are, then tell. Um, I thought anyone that's kind of in the motion of the play is called offsides, but here I guess they took it as touch the ball or in the ball play, so they didn't call it offsides. And Ecuador tied the game within the last few minutes, nearly the end of regulation, and even then they had a second chance to tie it up. But much of the game itself, Argentina was controlling the ball a lot more. It kind of what is expected from Argentina. Yes, they haven't been playing to their champion world champion performance, but they have been playing good enough to be controlling of the game, be dominant of the ball, having more opportunities. Ecuador, however, did not back down. They fought, and a country that they weren't always that great, and they were just beaten by 4 or 5 goals. They came back here, so they aren't going to be pushed around, and they fought themselves. And yes, it took them a while to finally get some control of the ball, some actual attack, and establish some type of playing style for themselves in the game. It took them quite a bit within the first half, but they were able to find it throughout the game, and it was competitive. It was going back and forth, just unable to score much, and it's kind of disappointing for Argentina not being able to score more during the regular time. But Ecuador also having the defense in the midfield to be able to try containing a bit and having these opportunities. Just unlucky for Ecuador to lose in penalties, but Thibaut's a great goalie, especially. Well, Thibaut's a good goalie, and we're seeing and it's showing that he has a history of being a great goalie when it comes to penalties. So it's just unlucky for Ecuador and what happened. But we're not. Oh, before we say, on that game, I had Argentina winning 3-1. Didn't get the score right, but I got the game winning. For David Reyes, if you guys saw the video, don't remember what he said, or if you haven't seen it, he said Argentina as well, but it was going to be a 2-1 win for him. Venezuela versus Canada. Looking back at the other episode, I had Venezuela winning this game 2-1. David Reyes had Canada winning 1-0. Both of us got the score wrong, but he got the team correct. So Canada was able to get things going very early on, opening the score with a goal in the 13th minute of the game, and kind of just having the control of the ball there. Something I didn't expect Venezuela to really lose in the beginning, or not really have much control of. Canada still continued to attack what they could. They didn't look all that great, but they had a lot of opportunities and a lot of key ones. They just unable to capitalize on those opportunities. Venezuela, a team that I expected a lot more for them. That's why I thought they were going to win at least 2-1. Their one goal in regular time comes from almost half field from Jose Rondon. I believe he's the leading scorer for the team. But a couple opportunities they had, they didn't really capitalize. And I think Venezuela didn't play to the level I really thought they were, what they were playing at the group stages. So it didn't look all that great. Canada played a lot better than we thought. And like I said, when I talked to David about it, how they played against Argentina, whether that was Argentina playing bad or that was Canada playing great, they played at a higher level. And they showed in this game that they weren't at the level that they competed against Argentina, but they were still there. That was a level slightly below, but they were still able to compete and they were able to at least hold Venezuela back from scoring the second goal and keep Venezuela and going into penalties. And where we see Canada winning that duel 4-3. Just unlucky for Venezuela. I really think Venezuela was the better team throughout the tournament, but Canada came up and got the win. Just kind of slow game, a lot of missed opportunities, and not slow like the slow pace. It's just slow as in we didn't see a lot of goals in it. But that's what soccer is. That's the beauty of it. Sometimes you get 1-1 games. Now the games of the weekend, and I'm gonna start with the one that went off early Saturday, Colombia Panama. For this game, I had Colombia winning 3-1 or 3-0. David had Colombia winning. I don't recall. Looking back at it, um, his score if he changed it. Now watching this, I was at home watching. My sister, my dad were joining me watching it. After Colombia's first goal, or even I believe it's actually after the second goal. So James' penalty, James Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, his penalty. I turned to them because they were sitting on the other couch, and I said, "It looks like Colombia might win 4-0, 5-0, maybe 5-1." Now, I wasn't remembering what I said on the last episode, and now looking back at it, I said 3-0, 3-1, and I think realistically, prior to seeing how quick the first and the second goal came, I think 3-1, 3-0 was a very realistic prediction. But after seeing that second goal coming so early, it was going to be a big one. And even watching the game and continue to watch even after the second goal, after the penalty, Panama didn't give up. They didn't let down at all. They continued to fight. They had a lot of opportunities. We saw the one where it was not called a goal, where it was shot, hit the post, the keeper's left post, went across. It went right on the line. To me, it wasn't a goal. To me, the majority of the ball did not cross the line. So when the ball was coming in, the keeper kind of stepped back, kept his put his hand in the way, and saved it from going in completely, fully. Partial part of the ball probably was in, but not completely. And I think that's the right call. But possibly to Panama for not letting down, giving up. They continue to fight, continue to hustle, to continue to create a lot of opportunities. I really thought they were going to have a chance to score and make the game 2-1 in those moments. About halfway around the 25th to 35, minute mark of the game. Those 10 minutes to 15 minutes, they really continue to fight and didn't let down, and then let a 2-0 ball them until Colombia's third goal came along, where James Rodriguez took that free kick, saw Luis Diaz running between the center backs, placed it perfectly, and kicked it over the keeper, who was out at first, but realized he couldn't win that 50-50 matchup. He tried to run back to prevent getting chipped, but he got in. He got chipped anyways. Colombia closed it off with the 5-0. It was 4-0 for the majority of the game, as it got an early goal in the second half. Until the last one came into the last minutes. But Panama played very well majority of the first half, parts of the second, but you could see they were tired. It was too much. Not being able at least to have a goal or two by halfway through the second half or towards the end really put the morale down, and it just led to the game. You could feel it was done by that. But Panama played great. Colombia played strong. Defense a little weary with the Panama breaking through, and you gotta watch it a bit. But no worries, I'm sure the defense can fight itself back. The midfield, great. personally, in this game itself, in this game, James was being put as a 10, but he opened out a lot to the wings as almost like a wing, or at times he even dropped down to the CDM side when I think he should just stayed in the mid because I mean in the center mid because he was playing like a 10. But while he moved, there was another player going into cover, and while he moved somewhere else, another one. So I understand that, and of course he moved a lot to ask for the ball, but at times it left like a gap there because not all the time, not every single time that he moved, there was someone who covered him. So it left the gap. It didn't. At times I didn't like how it left the gap, but it all worked out for Panama. He was still being create. He was still the creator. The team itself is playing great. So Colombia has a lot to look forward to. We'll see. They just say they're playing great right now. And the last game of the quarterfinals. Last game of the quarterfinal. Uruguay Brazil. A game that I thought was going to be so much better than what it really was. I had Uruguay winning 2-1, and David agreed with me. We got the correct team. We didn't get the right score. The reason why I say this is Brazil wasn't playing as great as they were. Their offense wasn't clicking as much, aside from when they had Vini. And Rafinha's goal in the last game was pretty much what gave them the second place, the goal against Colombia. But the offense hasn't been all that great. They've been all right. They've been steady to attack, but no capitalizing. It's kind of like England. Not being able to capitalize, very slow. Their possession for not much. As in not much, as in they don't get a lot. They're trying to keep possession. And they don't get much out of it. Uruguay have been pretty highly defensive team, um, but also running up on the attack, getting Darren Nunes to be able to go up and well not be able to. Darren Nunes trying to get him the ball and help create something while they have other players trying to get it down on the wings to help on the attack. Araujo, Maximus Araujo on the left side, trying to help out, trying to get some crosses into Nunez and everything that Uruguay is doing. To me, the team looks very balanced from the defense to the midfield to the offense to everything in between. They look very balanced. They look well structured. They look very solid and a strong team. This game against Brazil and Uruguay, one, it was born the offense on either team couldn't get anything going. Capitalized on the few opportunities they had, couldn't get anything. But not only that, Uruguay clearly they had more ball possession. They looked so much more dominant covering the ball, going two for a player, one for a player fighting in the back. Both sides were dirty. 100% I would say it. Both sides were playing dirty because yes, you see a lot of cards, a lot of calls on the Uruguay, being playing dirty. But you look at Brazil, you see Maximus Araujo was getting pulled down. I forgot the Brazilian player. You see in the CM position, he's getting jacked every single time he had the ball, getting held down. Brazil was playing dirty as well back. It both every team does it, every player does it. It's just who gets called more for it. Both teams were dirty, in my opinion. But Uruguay looked better because of how they were doing. One, how fast they recovered the ball. One, how they've been able to recover the ball. The attack. Yes, Brazil was able to get a handful of attacks at best, but Hendricks didn't look so good playing on top. Of course, Vini's out. That's I understand Vini's out, but Vini plays on the wing. Like plays on the side. You're starting Hendrick here. Did nothing essentially. Yeah, you have your offensive Vinny out, but you still have Rodri and Rafinha, and that ain't that didn't really do anything. Didn't create much, didn't attack much, didn't shot, didn't do much. They were just kind of there. It wasn't like the Brazil that we know where every attack, every run in, every dribble is a dangerous attack. And that's my point of it. It's not just like, oh, they did whatever. It's that nothing of it was of much danger for the Uruguayan team. Now, I was worrying some seeing Ronald Araujo get hurt. You had to put in Jimenez. So it sucks seeing Araujo get hurt and, having, but, when you move on, Jimenez did a great job. And then it led to 0-0 going to penalties. We see Douglas Luiz miss the penalty for Brazil. I mean, essentially Uruguay also missed, but they end up getting the win for 2. And I mean, they get the job done. In my opinion, Uruguay was the better team. Brazil hasn't been that good of a team this entire campaign, this entire tournament. Even their tie with Colombia, Colombia should have won by a lot more. They did have a goal called offside from far, fine. but Brazil didn't look so good, and nor did if they had won, they didn't look like they deserved it, and it would have looked like Uruguay didn't deserve it either. But we'll see how Uruguay plays on next one but yeah, Uruguay Brazil, very boring game, wasn't that entertaining. But predictions for the semifinals, because we're already here on it. Argentina, Canada. I'm gonna go Argentina because of the way both teams been playing. The struggle of scoring for Argentina, which was kind of surprising in my opinion. I didn't think they would be struggling this much to score. They're looking a lot like France in the Euros right now. Uh I'm going Argentina 1-0. It's either okay, I'm gonna go Argentina 1-0 or Argentina penalties. The score is 1-1 when they go to penalties. That's what I'm giving. Yeah, Argentina. I mean, we've seen them get the second goals and stuff, but it's a rematch. We saw them put 2 goals in Canada, but Canada is now they know how Argentina plays. They could work with what they need to change. Is I think Canada is going to come in now a second chance of rematch against Argentina, better prepared, and I think that's what's going to leave Argentina 1-0, maybe 1-1, and go to penalties where Argentina wins. But what I'm going to say, game of the tournament, I'm saying this right now, game of the tournament, which I wish this was the Copa America final, truly, because I don't think Argentina really deserves, by the way they've been playing, doesn't really deserve to be in there compared to these two teams. Colombia, Uruguay. So in my opinion, I want to go Uruguay wins in penalties, regular time, and 2-2. That's what I want. That's a prediction I want to go with. And I'm gonna stick with that. I say Uruguay wins 2-2 in penalties. So the regular time score is 2-2. I think Colombia actually wins it. And I think if Colombia wins, it'd probably be a 3-1 win. Probably. If Colombia wins, because their offense has been phenomenal. The way how fast paced and quick they've been playing the entirety of a game. Of course, at Panama they were slow down because Panama didn't have goals, so there was no rush to. But the entirety of a lot of these games, especially against Brazil, the intensity, the quick pace they've been able to play with, the constant attack, turn defense to offense so quick, it's strong. It's just Uruguay, like I said, they're balanced all around from the offense to the midfield to the defense, and that might hurt them offensively because the equal balance they haven't been able to score as much. But they've been able to control the mid, be able and have a strong defense. That's what I think would be able to slow down Colombia is their defense in that midfield. So it's really tough. Colombia's offense is just high power against Uruguay's really solid defense. So I want to go Uruguay now. But Colombia wins. Colombia wins. Colombia wins. If Colombia wins. Colombia wins. I know I said that the winner between Uruguay and Brazil will win the entire tournament. That was with the high expectation of how they're going to play. Neither team reached that expectation of it. And the way Colombia has been playing, they've shown that they're in competition with this. So truly, it's this game. Obviously, of course, semifinals go to finals, they could win it. Yes, but I mean, like these two are the strongest ones left in the semifinals, left in the tournament. So either one of these are going to win it. I think this is the side that's going to win it. So be it. This game's on Wednesday. Like I said, I'm gonna go to Water. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. Another short video. So thanks again for watching. We have another episode for the semifinal games, the final predictions. There's also a third place game for Copa America. It's not for Euros, but Copa America, there's a third place. So we'll give that with the finals predictions. And yeah, guys, that's it for right now. So thanks again for watching. Chau, guys. See you guys next time.